If you're looking for the very best rash guards and short combinations, stuff that I wear, I suggest you go to retrograppler.com. There you'll find the flyest rash guards and shorts available. Stuff with all the rash guards have grappler gripper, which is a silicone rim around the bottom of a hem that keeps the rash guard down so you're not constantly have to bring it down. You'll also find that they all have flat locks stitching that's not going to bother you while you're grappling. All Retro's designs are durable and lightweight, and let's be real, they're the flyest designs out there. So, once again, go to retrograppler.com for the flyest grappling gear available.
You know we had to do a podcast, right?
Also, don't forget to go to combatnight.com. We have 3 awesome cards headed your way. April 29th, Combat Night Fort Lauderdale at Sway Nightclub. We also have May 6th, Combat Night Pro in Jacksonville. Duval, baby. That energy in Duval is amazing. And then we come back May 13th for Combat Night Orlando at Guild Nightclub. Listen, come check out all these Florida MMA fighters before they come hit the big show. Yo, what's up, fatlies, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. So, hope all is well. Man, the couple weeks ago, or less than that, I guess, this if you haven't heard about this $46 million lawsuit, man, it's it was interesting to see some of the case, what came out, what was said, and I watched Henner and Tom DeBlas had a talk about it Friday, and one of the biggest takeaways was, and I'm gonna let Henner say it to you, because it was about your waivers, right? It was really having a waiver
in Del Mar Jiu-Jitsu School had at some point signed a document presented to him by Del Mar Jiu-Jitsu. What I can say is that there were some serious errors in the waiver that Mr. Greener signed that, and these are not errors that where it was like, oh, didn't put a period where they should have put a period, and therefore the attorney was able to obliterate the waiver. It wasn't like that. It was so poorly drafted, right, from what I understand, that and so poorly drafted, and the errors were so serious that the judge, when reviewing the waiver with counsel from both parties prior to the trial beginning, the judge made the determination that the waiver would not be admissible as evidence. So what that meant, Tom...
That's crazy. So having a waiver, making sure that your waiver is kind of like rock solid is a bit like one of the biggest takeaways that we can, that you can learn from this, right? And then the other thing was, man, insurance companies are kind of scumbags, right? Because they try to settle out of court, and I guess the insurance company wasn't having it. And once your insurance company doesn't want anything to do with it, doesn't want to pay out, man, that's they kind of open themselves up to this exposure, the exposure of trying to kind of like and it's funny because I had a similar experience, but I under an NDA, and you can't really talk about these things. But when you it has nothing to do jiu-jitsu related, actually. It's all homeowners based. But when an insurance company will go to a lot of depth to not pay out claims. They'll pay out so much money not to pay out a claim, right? And another thing that happened was their defense's own witness, who was Clark Gracie. He mentioned that he would never teach the back take with having the your opponent or the uke's arm trapped for fear of it danger and not being able to get out of it. So, when your only defense to the expert witness kind of agrees with the prosecution's witness, man, they kind of made a bad day for their own case. So that didn't go out too well in their favor, and I see that I guess they're going to try to appeal this. Man, 46. First off, man, Jack Greener, sad injured. Sad that you got hurt. Glad that you've kind of regained some mobility, because I can't even imagine what that's like. Praying, nobody wants to get hurt doing jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu, and my guest on today's podcast, you'll hear that, she also loves jiu-jitsu, and we don't want, and I know I would never want to be the reason why somebody stops or someone gets injured to the point where they lose, function of their limbs. So definitely, if you're a school owner, take a look at your waiver and make sure it's. I don't think any waiver is going to be rock solid, right? But you can give yourself a fighting chance. And then, realistically though, it boils down to insurance companies not being scumbags. We pay these insurance premiums so that they are there for us when we need them. And, when the worst time to be denied a claim is when you actually need it, right? Or need to be paid out for certain damages and it's sad that we live in a world where they're upholding to, and obviously they need to make, like, this ain't UNICEF either, right? But maybe it should be considered that way, where it's not a entity trying to make as much money for their shareholders. And believe me, I have no idea how that even can be changed. But when you get slapped on the wrist for not not trying to mediate a situation and go through arbitration and settle, you know, people tend to make an example out of you. So that's very an eye opening, you know, thing that happened recently in jiu-jitsu, and you know, something to think about, something to always take care. Um, yeah, for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been trying to read up as much information about this because someone who trains as much as I do, and part owner for school, it's not something you want to ever have to deal with. Realistically, um, you never want to have one of your members get injured. Period. Whether it's because they don't tap early, or one of your other members doesn't respect the tap and hold it too long, and or you got somebody like a like a Husamar Palhares who just goes in there, tries to blow out people's knees with via heel hooks. So I was just watching this, and I'm gonna continue watching what goes on, because I think it sets, maybe not so much here, maybe we'll be here as well, but cases like this end up being setting precedents, and you know being the standard. And when you have schools and school owners who for the most part aren't making millions of dollars, or even who are, a lot of us are just hanging on, and enough to pay the rent and pay the light bill and make sure that we have a decent place to train. It can be something to like be scary, um but other than that, what is it, not this past Saturday but the Saturday before Easter, I made my submission grappling commentary debut, and boy am I trash. I'm not definitely I found myself 28 matches on the mic for 28 matches, and I caught myself watching the match more in silence than trying to talk about it. And but I liked it. I had a great time, and I definitely want to get better on the mic, get more comfortable. Um, comfortable just commentating. There were so many good matches on there. And actually, our guest today, Yashira, she was actually on that card. She's grappled several times for submission grappling. I bring up one of the first fights I saw her there, during during the talk, and she's definitely stays ready. Nobody likes to be disrespected or anything, and when your emotions are high or whatever, and you come across somebody that you feel maybe disrespecting you, you react, and sometimes your reactions aren't what you want them to be, or uh, what you think you needed to react. But and like I said, sometimes you may overreact, but sometimes it is what it is, and you can't explain it. You don't just want to downplay it either. But without further ado, here is today's guest. So today on the podcast, I'm joined with Yashira Millayes. Right? How did I said that right?
Hi. Yes,
Okay.
Yashira Miyajes.
Millayes. Okay. An active, an extremely active blue belt competitor. Um, I mean, I see you compete all the time, all over the place. You're between submission grappling, uh, combat night, uh, CSG, Laleo code. I mean, it seems you were just at Pans not too long ago. I mean, you stay active, right?
Yes, I try to stay as active as I can. Most importantly, just because I want to get really comfortable competing. And I really, really want like at least 1,000 matches before black belt.
Wow, that's a goal. And I mean,
That's the goal.
as active as you are, man, I don't see that not you don't you know not hitting that. That's amazing. That's a goal I've never actually heard anybody say, to be honest. In my
I
years of
mean, I
jujitsu, yeah, I don't think I've ever had someone say I want 1,000 matches before I get my black belt.
yeah, I just really want to. I mean, I am comfortable competing out there, but I just want to be more comfortable, like to the point where it's like you just chilling. It's not. It's just another day. You take it as just another day.
Yeah, that's how my instructor is, Fred. He's he can go a couple weeks without training and just show up to Pans and close out his division, 4-time world Pans champ. It's
Nice.
crazy. Yeah. So
Yeah, it takes a
oh yeah, it takes a lot
lot
of
of
confidence, right?
training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what brought you to jiu-jitsu? What made you try it?
Um, well, I'm from the Bronx, so I was always outside partying, doing stupid shit, and I got exposed to jiu-jitsu. And they were like, "Hey, you like fighting so much? Why don't you just try jiu-jitsu? Maybe you might like it. Maybe it'll help you control that temper." So, that's I just tried out a class and I was like, wow, I really like this, and it made me feel so good afterwards. And I was really enjoying it, because just growing up in the Bronx and growing up in that type of environment, you need some type of like exit. You need a way out. So
Mhm.
for me, that was just jiu-jitsu. It's what it was a way out for me. So
That's awesome. Did you have any grappling experience from high school? Did you wrestle or anything?
no. What I did in high school, I used to be a cheerleader. Jesus Christ. I used to be a cheerleader in high school, and I mean, even though I was a cheerleader or whatnot, I was always getting to physical fights in school. Just it's just the Bronx. I graduated at Bronx Latin, and is just it's like a defensive mode out there, survival mode. You always have to keep your guard up.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember one of your submission grappling matches versus Brianna,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
you definitely got physical. You you were ready. You
Uh
were ready.
that was not my day, to be honest. I It was a lot of build up to that fight, and to be honest, I I let my feelings take over me at that point. I was too emotional in that fight, and I learned so much from it. And now you see me like more controlled, more, like my jiu-jitsu is a little bit more efficient. But I was like, I don't know, she pushed me and I was like, yo, that
What?
was like a little,
Have your guard
like a
up, right? You
little.
gotta you gotta be ready. You have to be ready, right? Even if there was a ref in the cage, you just hey.
Yeah, because people are crazy, and their adrenaline get the best of them, and I just am like, hey, you push me, I'm it's gonna get, it's gonna get big, like. So
So your mom, you work, you do jujitsu. How like what's your training schedule like? How
dude,
many days? How many days a week do you train? I just saw today you were had a couple hours of open mat, right?
yes,
On a Sunday,
I
yeah.
to be honest, I at least try to train at least 6 times a week, because I work full time, and as a mom, is my time is so limited. Like it's like I'm always doing something, so I try to rest on Mondays. Mondays are usually my recovery day, but I try to at least train 6 times a week. And if I can train 2 times a day, that would be great. But I always have to take my son with me to training. I leave a playpen, I leave his iPad, and he just stays there. I change his diaper in the middle of training. I have to give him milk because he starts crying. So it's pretty hectic. But I'm really focused, and to be honest, like I can see myself going really far with this because I enjoy it so much. So why not?
I mean, you
Why
just
not
look
do
like you
it?
enjoy it every time you're,
I do.
it's just, yeah, you
I
you
really
definitely
do,
have
man. I
fun.
love going out there. It's like it pumps me, fuels me. It's like, oh yes, today's another day.
It's funny you say about, your son when my wife was pregnant with our first child, I stopped training jujitsu and the guys I stopped for about 18 months, and it was I got to be home. I can't do this. I can't take my son to the gym. And it was one of those things. Whereas now it's, no, I just, my kids come with me to the gym as well. And, I have my son's now 12 years old and my daughter, she's 5, and, they train with us too. So it's funny how, you can go that route and say, hey, I'm not going to train. I'm not going to do this because of my kids, or I'm going to do it regardless. They're just going to come with me.
Right. And wow, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's not easy as a parent, doing what you love and actually trying to take care of a little human.
Yeah. And
Um,
it's crazy. Well, and moms are like, the kids always want to be with mom, right? And it's
mm,
not when they're crying or anything. Yeah, dad might be who, could help, but realistically, a lot of times it's mom, 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 you know. So it's awesome to see that, that you're able to balance that, because that's not, full time training 6 days a week, that's great. That's awesome. I commend you on that, because it's not easy.
it's really not. I mean, with the support of my fiance, like I would have never thought I'll be able to do this.
Yeah,
Like he takes care of our son, and you know, it's sometimes you just have to balance it out. But without his support, like I would not be able to do this.
well, and your fiance also trains and competes, right?
He doesn't compete, but he trains. He's a really good coach. He helps me a lot. He studied my opponents. We change our strategies every time we go out there. We study our opponents' weaknesses and strengths, so we'll know what we are facing that day.
That's awesome. Watching
Yeah,
team.
we're a really good team together.
That's
Like
great.
really
You
good.
need somebody, right? Especially if you're competing, and someone who's in your corner, right?
Yes, yes,
That's awesome.
yeah. He's like my biggest support system.
Damn. So how has jujitsu changed your life?
Wow. Jiu-jitsu, is by far, well, it has changed my life completely. Like it has given me so much confidence. It just builds your self-esteem. I mean, at first, like it's really foreign to you, but as you continue to train over time, like you become more familiar and comfortable, and your technique, yourself, the way you see things, problem solving, it just changes you.
And how has that helped you outside off the mats?
Outside of the mats, well, like I love problem solving. Like I outside of the mats, like let's say I have a full-time job, right? I'm in the medical field, so it's really complicated. I have to think fast, certain things, and I work in a lab where, I'm constantly being challenged. And one of the main reasons I breathe a lot, like a lot, especially in jiu-jitsu. Like I'm always breathing. I take really deep breaths all the time, and it has helped me a lot. Jiu-jitsu, I learned that in jiu-jitsu, so I'm able to use that outside too. So
Can you do that diaphragm breathing?
The what?
The diaphragm breathing, when you can breathe and you can suck in your whole diaphragm, and
I'm working on it. I'm
oh my
working
God,
on
that's
it.
so awesome, right? Because like, oh,
It's yeah, man. It's difficult, but like like when I go out there to compete, like my nerves and everything, like the way I calm my nerves, I just try to breathe. I just breathe, to be honest. I don't let my nerves take over me. In that Brianna fight, I kind of let my nerves take over me, and that's why like I really, really needed to work on that, work on my breathing and controlling my temper, because I wasn't thinking right. Like I was ready to fight. For example, I was ready to fight. I was ready to like get into art occupation, and it's just crazy. I just learned that not like this year. I started learning the breathing method. So
taking that time, taking a step, you're right, a step back and breathing, and trying to think about what you need to do versus just reacting is very, very
right.
beneficial.
Like jiu-jitsu helped me realize that sometimes in life you have to stay calm and keep your composure, no matter if the situation you find yourself in good or bad. To be honest, it's just you just have to stay calm so you can do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously.
um
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, man. It's really good for you. Like I really, really, really like recommend anyone out there who's willing to step out of their comfort zone to just do it, just start.
So, well, how do you combat people who, or like friends, when you try to? Because I know so many of my friends get so sick and tired of me kind of inviting them and telling them to come to jujitsu and whatnot. And
Yeah.
how do you tell them, hey, this is going to be beneficial for you? What are your go
I'm gonna
tos?
force them.
You're gonna force.
I'm gonna bring your ass over here, okay? Like I don't care what you're doing this day, you have to come. No excuses. I do not care. Like I would convince them to the point where they have to come. They have no choice, just to try it out. Like it doesn't hurt to try it out, you know. So I would definitely. I mean, obviously, I would tell them all of the benefits of jiu-jitsu and what ways it can help you grow as a person, not just like on the mats, but outside of the mats too. And just from my experience, my life experience, being a mom athlete and doing all these things at
Oh
the
man,
same
I
time.
think a momlete. I think
Yeah,
you just
man.
that's awesome.
Yeah, like there's no way to put it out there to actually bring someone into jiu-jitsu. Like, look, I'm doing it. Why can't you? Give me a good reason why you can't do it. So.
Yeah, I recently had a coworker just start jujitsu, and it's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've worked at this company for 15 years, and
Wow.
everybody has I've invited people. Nobody shows. And this is only the second guy who's ever who's ever come, and
Yeah.
and he's enjoying it and he's loving it, and it's great to see, right? How hooked he is on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get addicted and you're like, wow, I want to learn this. Like it makes me feel so much better afterwards. So.
What about females though? How do you get females to go? Because that's the one thing a lot of women
Dude,
can.
females
So
are so hard. Like I feel like right now the woman like the women's sport's growing. It's still growing, but it's getting better. But I will honestly like I will explain them all of the benefits and it makes you lose weight. Like you drink a lot of water, your face starts to clear. Like I will give them all the good benefits of jiu-jitsu.
yeah, my wife, she just started about, I want to say about 6 months ago. She started training. She tried it a
Nice.
couple of times before, and it wasn't for her, right? And I think this was before both of our kids. Yeah, way before both of our kids, and she just did not like it. And just recently tried it again, and is now like all the time coming, all the time. And I feel bad because sometimes it's us big dudes and her, right? And it's hard to get women to I feel like want to train. But once they do, they love it.
Right? It's like it's medicine for your brain. It's you get smart. You get like smarter. I would say smarter because you have better problem solving, stronger, like confident, social, happier, like all the above. You know, healthier, and you
Definitely
be in the
healthier.
best physical shape of your life. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's one thing, that for me, jiu-jitsu changed how, well, if you seen me, I used to be 400 pounds, right? And
yeah, I saw that, man. Like you're tough. Wow, you did it. Like that's you did
yeah,
it.
and the like you said, your first class, you loved it, right? You liked it, you enjoyed it. My first class, I hated it. I didn't want to do it anymore,
Yeah.
right? I didn't want to do it, but I had a friend who's kind of telling me, "Oh, is this going to be something that you start and you never finish?" So
Right.
it was like, damn, he hit me with some real shit, and yeah, it took, and definitely in the last 3 or 4 years, I'm definitely a lot different how I train and stuff than I was before.
Oh yeah.
Before, early on, it was, I would train maybe 2 days a week, or and if work got in the way, I just let things stop me from training, right? And it was always, oh, I'll just, it's an excuse. I'll just stop. I got to do work, or I got to do this. Whereas now it's, no, 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 I'm going to do jujitsu, and life has got to work around that. Right. And that right
Right.
there is, that's it's a hard balance to do, but
It
that's kind of,
is.
when you make
But
it,
you learned the I'm sorry,
no, 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 go ahead.
but you learned the real meaning of dedication and self discipline, you know.
Correct, correct. And that's when you want to do something, you're gonna, when you love it a lot, you're gonna find a way to make it work.
Right.
Yeah. And that's kind of like just what jujitsu taught me, just that dedication. And as long as you could be dedicated, man, you can do anything you want. You really put your mind to.
Right. And it teach you like jujitsu definitely taught me like humility, you know.
That yeah, that's yes, absolutely.
Humility all the way, bro, all the way. um, it
Yeah,
just keeps you humble. It keeps you humble, you know, and not just that it keeps you humble, but it just makes you a lot better than the person you were before.
get that, and some of my best friends now are just my jujitsu guys. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the other, when you train with people, they actually, I've had friends from before training and whatnot, and the people I train with are now like my closer friends than people that I'd never trained with. And it's just that, you share that time on the mat, that blood, not blood, but the sweat, the
Everything,
technique. Yeah.
the feelings, no matter how you feel that day, you know, it's awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's just you can also learn about like I don't know, like I've had a lot of really close relationships in like in jiu-jitsu, like more than outside, just because we sweat, we cry, we get angry, you know.
Yeah,
More
absolutely.
than outside, you know, it's just more realistic to me.
And you're right, because sometimes even with your training partners, even if you do have an argument or stuff like that, you know, you love them. They're your training partners. You may argue, you may not see eye to eye on certain things, but realistically, you just want nothing but the best. And these people are like your people. They're your tribe, right?
Right.
And the beautiful thing about jujitsu is, I feel like anywhere I go,
Yeah.
if you train jujitsu, I already
You
like
make friends for life.
100%. A couple years ago we went to Brazil, and I didn't. Oh my, that was going there was kind of crazy because I don't know any Portuguese, right? And I thought I could get around. No, 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 definitely
Right.
not. But I had some friends from Fort Myers who had a cousin that trained over there, And immediately, he came, found me, looked me up, hooked, took me to train at a school and whatnot, and time of my life, and
Yeah.
just 4,000 miles away, made friends with people just based, on jujitsu.
Right.
And
Right.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's just that bond, that bond you make with people, and during stretch of times, and when you come into training and you feel like, wow, I don't want to be here today. but you
Absolutely.
just but you just push yourself, and those people around you that are there to push you and to be better, those are the type of people that you need to be around with,
That you need to, and then at the end of the training session, you're glad you went.
Exactly. That's probably one of the best trainings that you'll get when you don't feel like going.
And there,
It just hmm
there were so many times too where, like, I said earlier that I would let things get in the way. That I was like, oh well, man, I don't feel like going, and I would just take that feeling and just not go, right?
right.
And that, knowing that, go to jujitsu, even if you don't feel like it, go, because you're gonna feel so much better when you leave.
Yep. Yep. And like training jiu-jitsu with someone just requires a lot of trust too.
Oh yes,
I mean, just by just being extremely vulnerable, giving each other your limbs, and your necks to practice how to break someone's neck and strangling.
the
So
heel hooks, man, the heel hooks get the shit out of me sometimes.
it's just bonds, powerful, and yeah. It's just. Did you say heel hooks?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love heel hooks.
I know. That's why I said that.
Yeah, I have been studying. Well, my fiance has been studying. He's the one that studies. I'm the one that listens. um, he studies a lot of instructionals, and just to make me better, of course. So
That's a great bond right there. That's awesome.
yeah, man. Like I cannot sit down and watch a video. I have I can't. I have ADHD, and
Oh, and
I'm
then there's
like I
some people
cannot
you don't
stay
want to listen to
still.
either. I mean, some Danaher videos, man, he goes on, and it's like, bro, just get to the fucking technique.
Yeah, he goes on, and why, and why you shouldn't be there, and the counter to counter is ridiculous. It's crazy.
So,
But
besides
mhm.
jujitsu, what other like workout plans, or what do you do to get ready? Like, do you work on anything else, or do you strictly just do jujitsu and you're in jujitsu shape because of jujitsu?
um to be honest, I tried lifting, but I hate lifting. I really, really do. Like I do. Like in some videos on my Instagram, like I try to do lifting, and I try to lift at least 3 times a week, but it's just so hard. Like the shape I'm in, it's because of jujitsu, to be honest.
That's
I
Marcelo
train,
Garcia training style. Just I'm good.
yeah, man. I train with a lot of guys, so it's you know, I'm using a lot of strength sometimes, it's just you get strong like that too, just by rolling with the guys.
How long did you think? What was your, from starting, white belt, to like your first submissions, or when did you feel like you were really grabbing everything and learning it? How long did that take you?
It's still taking me
I
it's
said,
still
believe me, me too.
it's still taking me a while, but I've been a blue belt for a minute now. But um my first technique that I actually mastered was a triangle. Let me tell you, I can get the triangle on anybody. So like I would say I am still learning. I am still going, but jiu-jitsu just takes years to master, So I would say I'm still working on it.
I'm gonna have to second that, because I've now training, what, 19 or 2009, so 14 years, and
Yeah.
believe me, I still feel like I know nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Like it's so
yeah,
crazy.
it is. That's what, not everybody's able to do jiu-jitsu. It just takes a lot of smart people to do it. Most people, they just want to punch. I just want to punch. But,
I see
not
red.
everyone wants to actually sit down and think like, why can I not get out of this position? What can I do from here? So most people just like to punch, and that's why not everybody do it. Because jiu-jitsu is the hardest martial arts to me, so.
Definitely, it's definitely. I mean, it's chess. It's chess with the human body.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like anybody can teach you a 1, 2, 3 punch.
You're right.
But like, not everybody can learn, oh, how do I get out from side control? Like, have you seen those street fights where guys just mount other people and get them on side control? You're just like, wow.
They're
And
just
they don't know
stuck. They know nothing.
they don't know nothing. It's like, I don't know. I feel like in every fight, in every situation, the fight can be on the floor. You can't. It's always going to land on the floor. To
It
me, I
always
feel.
and if you can stop it or dictate when it goes to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, I had something I was going to ask you and I just completely forgot.
No, you did.
Oh, so do you train specifically, or do you train more in gi or no gi, and why?
Um, I've been trying to do gi now. I've been trying to do the gi. Um, no gi. To be honest, I've always been good at the gi. The reason why I started to really focus in no gi is because it challenges me.
What's
I feel
way
like
faster pace?
right, it just challenges me. So I started doing nogi for a minute now. The gi, I like training in the gi for I say good positions. You know,
Hmm.
like in the gi, you have to force yourself to stay in a good position. You know what I mean?
Yes.
'Cause they'll grab you, obviously. So, um, no gi to me is the best to me. But um, the gi, I will always have love for the gi, just because it has helped me how to stay in a good position and how to stick with it. So I really enjoy it. I enjoy both. I enjoy both. I'm not gonna bash any of them.
So you spend more time training no gi than right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I do a lot of no gi. Yeah,
See, I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I love gi, and
yeah.
I only train no gi I think once a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything for me,
Really?
I love the gi.
Yeah. It's just it takes a lot of work.
It does.
A
It
lot of
definitely
work.
does. And it's hot too. And training here in Florida, man. I don't know if your gym has AC or not, but we don't.
Oh man, yes, this is fucked. It'd be with the gi. Oh man, forget about it.
Yeah. It's definitely something different.
Yeah.
But I want to be respectful of your time. I don't want to take any much more. Do you want to shout out your sponsors? I know you pretty much have your sponsors out there.
So
You want
right
to?
now, I have a gear sponsor, Rose Bliss. I really like their clothing brand. Right now, I just got a supplement sponsor. They're called the Fox Fuel. It's for hydration and post workouts before you train or during training. Um, so I shout out to my sponsors.
They have any coupon codes for you?
So for a coupon code for Fox Fuel, it's Yashira. For I think it's 25% off with my discount code. So go ahead and check it out. They have really good taste. And I actually had today. I had the hydrating, which is like a coconut and mango taste, and it tastes really good. It's not like very sweet like those post workouts drinks that has a lot of sugar. This doesn't, and it tastes really good, and it makes you feel better. So
Well,
go
that's
ahead and
awesome.
try it.
That's awesome. Yashira, thank you very much.
So much. I
And
really enjoy.
When's your next competition, or do you have anyone on the horizon?
Yes, Miami Open.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'll
Gi.
be. No, it's Nogi.
Oh,
Nogi.
you're
They
gonna
have a
Nogi.
Nogi.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they're doing Nogi and Nogi. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing Nogi on April 29th. And then I will be taking a break after that so I can prepare for either Nogi Worlds or ADCC trials. So
Oh, congratulations, congratulations. Well, I
thank you
hope you
so
do
much.
well in Miami. That'd be that's what a week and a half away, almost 2
Yeah.
weeks away.
Yeah.
So, man, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you
Keep
so
killing
much.
it. And
That's it. Just do your best.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Have a
of
good
course.
day.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fat Boy Podcast. Have a nice day.